And we are back. What's up? What's up? Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Straight Up R&D.
Let's go. We're back.
We are back.
2024.
2024. I hope everybody had a great holiday and a happy new year. I know we went on a brief hiatus, just had some plans ending out for the last
Close
year.
out of 2023.
Yeah, 2020, spending some more time with family, a little bit of traveling, you know what I mean? But we're back to business, and, we looking to provide some more great content with you all.
Back to your regular scheduled programming. Let's go.
Yeah, we have some juicy topics today. We have a lot of topics, but obviously we're not going to be able to cover it all in one episode. But but yeah, man, ready to get started, viewer.
Yeah. Well, this is episode 3.
Episode 3.
And you know the slingo. We're going to cover everything. Unbiased views. Straight up, real raw, uncut. You know the drill.
Yeah, and then, hey, we happy you guys are tuning in, but at the same time, we don't give a fuck about your opinion. That's just how we feel.
That's how we feel. All
right. So, as you guys know, or if you're new to the channel, you may not know, we are in New York City.
Yes.
And of course, we're going to, talk about shit that's happening in our hometown.
That's right.
With the new year, the administration we actually announced a lot of new things that's happening in New York City this year. You know what I mean? I guess New Year, new me, New Year, new city. I don't know what the fuck they talking about.
New problems. New year, new taxes. Come on.
Definitely New Year, new taxes.
So our governor, Kathy Hochul, recently signed a bill that gives 2 new holidays for all public schools in New York. And the 2 holidays were the Diwali and Lunar.
Yeah.
So, she passed this bill, stating that, it's going to give our kids more time to spend with their family and understand the importance of, the holiday and so forth and so forth. And it's just like, okay, that's very directed towards the Asian community, right? Those holidays. And there's nothing wrong with that. But, from a parent's perspective, like, it's a holiday now. So you're at work and your kids are home.
Yep.
So, that's just going to be...
It's another day for you to figure out what you're going to do childcare-wise while you're at work.
So that's another expense. That's what we're saying. It's another expense. And we do have a lot of holidays.
Yes, we do, my man. And hold on, before you guys hear my opinion on this, would you mind passing the Jack Daniels, please?
Sure.
We are some Jack boys around here. You know what I mean?
That's Jack boys for life.
That's our drink of choice. But hey, would you like something, man? Grab a drink, whatever you like. Light, dark, Tito's, Casamigos, whatever. I don't care what you drink. But this is what we on.
We on that Jack.
All right, so you want to start first, or you want me to start off with this?
Oh, you can go first while I make my Jack Daniels drink.
So here's the problem I have with New York City granting public schools 2 new holidays. Don't they already get so much time off already? It's like, what the fuck? First of all, the public school system over here is just terrible. The education, the teachers don't care, number one. And I'm not trying to get off topic, but we have so many problems in our education system already. They're already always off. The education sucks. And now you want to give them 2 more days off to spend time with their family? Their families are at work. So how are they spending time with their families? And now as a parent or a guardian, you got to think about, okay, now I got to think about who's going to watch my child, or think about childcare expenses for 2 more holidays. They're already always off. And then, I remember when I was in school, we would get so many Jewish holidays off. And not against the Jewish community or whatever, but like the schools in the neighborhood I went to and I grew up in, we didn't celebrate any of that. None of us were Jewish. So I'm just saying, like, you're giving the holidays for so many reasons, which the problem I feel like in this country, especially, you know, in New York in the public education system, kids aren't learning.
No.
We already give them summers off. 3 months, think about it, 3 months, 2 to 3 months of children not going to school, not learning. Now, I do put some of the blame on the parents if the children are not
enrolled
into something. But it's like giving them so much time off. And then when they come back to school in September, you got break after break after break after break. It's like,
because think about it. Because September in New York, school starts in September. So you have September, and then October. I think there's like maybe one holiday, might be like a
one holiday,
President's Day or something like that. Look that up. And then right after October is November. You have Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a few days off, and then a few weeks later you have Christmas. That's more days off again.
Yeah.
So the problem is really the kids are spending more time off, away from school and learning because, there's a lot of kids in this country that, the reading scores and the math scores are bad.
Terrible.
And then even with New York, you got to throw in snow days when it snows and they cancel school. So that's like more time away from learning.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I think she did that. She pushed that to those 2 new holidays as a political stunt to win over a certain community. You know what I mean?
Which I don't think that's going to do anything.
I understand if we recognize it, but like to have the day off.
The day off. And then, like, let's be honest here, people. Let's be honest. When you get these actual days off, are you actually recognizing that holiday? Or you just be like, oh, I'm off because I'm just at home chilling or whatever. Like, the point of her trying to grant these days off, at least in my opinion, the point she's trying to make, like, all right, yeah, we're going to celebrate this holiday, so we need to do whatever with this day. I'm at home chilling, like forgetting what the goddamn holiday name is.
But you know what I thought about too is like those holidays are directed towards a certain community, like a race of people.
That's what I was saying.
And we got MLK Day coming up, right? It's tomorrow, and that day is a national holiday, right? Where we all most people get off.
Yeah, most people get off.
Most people get off. But it's not like it's directed only for black people. It was for everyone. Like Martin Luther King was breaking the barriers not just for blacks and whites to sit together, but blacks, whites, Asians, Hispanic, everybody. That was an everyone movement, not just a black. It was predominantly black, but
predominantly black.
It was for everybody.
It was for everybody to come together, though. That was
everybody to come together.
Which I know most of you may know.
So, I just think she really directed that towards a specific community to get a day off, and you think about what about the black community. And then I guess that's what Martin Luther King Day is.
I guess. Yeah.
I guess.
But that's what I'm just talking about, man. It's just like I'm already sick and tired. And I had this conversation with multiple people in my circle. Kids are just a lot dumber these days, and it's because they're always out of school. Man, I remember when I was going to school, and my mom used to complain about the same thing. Like I'm talking about this from my perspective also. My mom also always has a struggle to like, all right, who's going to take care of Damien? Blah, blah, blah. But every other minute, she's like, oh my gosh, you guys are out of school again? It's like, what are we doing? What are we learning?
Yeah.
What are we learning? The public school system is failing the children. And to be honest, I don't know. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. We talked about that. But it's like, are you trying to keep us dumb for a reason? so we can't
Right.
build businesses, so we can't do this and can't do that. You know, there are some things in my adult life that I had to learn at a later date because I didn't learn in school. And it was kind of embarrassing. You know what I mean? Like, just like, shit, bro, just taxes in general. I couldn't learn until I...
Shit, it's tax season right now.
It's tax season right now.
It's tax season.
But
right
I remember, like, when I was older, sure, I don't know if I'm feeling comfortable with the age to tell y'all. But, like, but I remember when I got older, you know, other people was talking about tax. I'm like, what the fuck they talking about? You know what I'm saying? But that shit I didn't learn in school. And unfortunately, you know, in my community, my household, that's something that just wasn't taught to me either.
Yeah.
But I feel like them standard things like that should be taught in school.
Yeah, because when you get out in the real world, that's what you're going to be dealing with, you know. So I think there should have been, like, at least for me when I was in school, nobody ever broke down what taxes really was, you know, how it really worked. And, you know, the only thing I heard really was just Uncle Sam. Oh, Uncle Sam is gonna take X amount of money from you, and that's it. Like, you have to pay into the government, that's it. Not, you know, rising taxes, how well your money is going to the infrastructure of where you live, voting, because all that plays a role into taxes too.
Yeah.
How you vote can determine if it goes up, down, or what. But, you know, if they were to stress the importance of, like, those things that really matter when you get out of school, then, you know, I think this city would be a little bit better than it is right now.
Right. And, you know, where I went to school in the black community. And I don't know what the fuck was on, you know, I can't remember what it's called when the teachers have, like, topics they have to teach the class for the year. I don't know, let's say it's an agenda. I don't know what was on their agenda, but, you know, we ain't learned shit is what I'm really saying. I had to do a lot of things I know now today were self-taught. You know, I had to go online and read, or, you know, I did further my education by going to college, so, you know, thank God for that. Yeah. But some kids are not fortunate enough to go continue the education. So it's like high school should at least build a foundation for you to, like, go out into the real world. You shouldn't have to, like, go to college to find out things that you should already know. Because, like, you leaving high school at 18, you know, and depending on who you ask, they say, hey, look, you're an adult. You need to go figure life out. You know, back in the day, I remember my mom, you know, your mom, that generation, they were getting their own place at 18. They was moving out at 18. They were, like, doing some big shit at 18. So
can't do that now, though.
You can't do that now. But it's like, if the expectation is for us to go out and to explore the real world at 18, why aren't you teaching us those skills and lessons while we're, you know, a teenager, while we're in high school? So is the expectation, or is for us to fail? Like, are you just purposely making us fail so we could just, I don't know, continue to be poor, continue that
circle, just continue the circle? It's like they withhold information from you.
Exactly, good point.
And then it's up to you to find that information to not get caught in the circle, or, like, not get caught in poverty and losing out, you know, because a lot of people do a lot of stuff and they have no idea until after you're burned. Then you learn from your mistakes.
Right.
I mean, it would be best to learn before or avoid mistakes that can cost you a lot of money.
Exactly, man. So I don't know, man. Like, I do not trust our government. Especially the administration in New York City. I don't trust them. I don't know, like, almost every episode we talk about New York and the fucking problems us here, but it's true because it's coming to a city near you. Yeah.
All right. So this is the perfect segue to talk about the whole migrant crisis for the second time.
Yeah.
Okay. So they have moved migrants from the Floyd Bennett Field military air base in Brooklyn to public schools in New York, in Brooklyn.
Yep.
So let's say, you know, you're a New Yorker, you pay your taxes.
Mm-hmm. These high-ass taxes
to begin with, right? You're not rich, okay? But, you know, one day your son or your daughter comes home and they say, yeah, mom, or dad, they say, yeah, we have to go to school remotely because the migrants are going to be sleeping inside of our schools. And you're going to be like, wait, like, what? So in New York, the whole pandemic, remote learning, they did studies, they did all that to show that remote learning did not help a lot of these kids.
I think it made kids worse.
So they were held back. They were distracted. Not a lot of kids have a good environment at home. So, and each kid's environment is different, right? Mm-hmm. So now they're resorting to remote learning for these kids at a particular high school. What was interesting is the high school or the school that they picked, the elementary school that they picked was not near, but further away from Floyd Bennett Field. And let's say it was in a impoverished neighborhood where the demographic of those kids is of a different race.
Yep.
So if you are familiar with New York and you're familiar with Brooklyn and you know where Floyd Bennett Field is, you can guesstimate what type of people live in that area. So the school that was nearest, they did not put the migrants in there. They decided to choose a school that was deeper into Brooklyn where, black and brown people live and force those kids to work or not work, but learn remotely. And then house the migrants in there. Now, as a parent, I mean, like, if you're a parent, like, how do you handle that? Because now you have to go to work because they cut, your job may not be remote work. How are you gonna watch a child? Like, how's that gonna happen?
I'm gonna give a deeper perspective on this for people because I know there's gonna be some people watching this and be like, "Hey, you need to just figure that out. You chose to have kids, blah blah blah. Fuck you first."
Straight up.
I remember when the pandemic happened. I was working retail at the time, and the pandemic, kids went into remote learning. Basically, at that point, they didn't know like how long it was going to last, and I ended up lasting for like months, the whole school year. Right? It was the whole school year. So when it first announced, when New York City first shut down, I was talking to this woman she was a single mom with one child. Mm-hmm. The job only gave them 2 weeks to figure out childcare and shit with New York City announcing, "Hey, we are shutting down." But 2 weeks, you're just getting 2 weeks from your job. Your kid is at home to be dated until God knows when, which turned out to be the whole year. So her main thing was like, who the hell am I going to have watching my child? Because school honestly is, like a babysitter for a lot of parents.
Yeah.
For most parents, school is like, all right, I know my child's in school. I could go to work or I could do whatever I got to do for the day. So now you take away children's ability to go to school. Now you're creating more stress on the parents, especially for those, who are probably single parents. Who's going to watch my kids? I don't have the money to even...
That's an additional stress that you got on your mind now.
Additional stress you have on your mind. So I was just asking her, what you going to do? And she's like, she doesn't know. She's like, to be honest, if the job doesn't give him more time, the child might have to just stay home by himself until she figure it out. It was like, and not everybody's fortunate enough to have family who's just...
That's right.
Who's like, hey, I'll watch a child for you. Because that family may have work also.
Everybody got bills to pay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So now you're forcing another problem without a solution. It's like, all right, why don't you, I don't know, like do something for the parent.
And here's the thing. It's not like it's a blanket. It's not like it's affecting all New York City schools. It's just one school. So
it's just one school.
If your child so happens to be in that school, well, damn, you're out of luck because your child is going to be at home learning and you got to figure it out on how who's going to watch them. That's messed up. And it's not like the city is saying, okay, we're going to send out nannies to watch your child. Like
what
they're
I'm
not
saying.
doing that.
They're
They'd
not.
rather spend the money on the migrants and put them in your child's school to sleep and bring them in the city and let them work and do everything without any legal paperwork. You know, but it's just not right. It's just
Bro,
absolutely
we
not
just
right.
look so soft. You know what this is like? Say you got a home for you and your family. Somebody comes into the house, and then you telling your kids to give up their bed so these total strangers can come in the house and sleep in their bed. So it's like that's just what it sounded like. It's like, so my child has to suffer because you chose to open up the city to migrate, and now you don't know what to do with them. So now
Oh my God.
the U.S. citizens have to suffer now. And the reason also why I don't like remote learning, because besides from, actually learning, school is supposed to teach children social skills.
Yes.
You're supposed to know how to interact with other kids, with other people, because those skills play a role in adulthood. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, which is why I love the school that I went to, because it helped me prepare to learn to deal with people from different backgrounds, different personalities. Right. And you learn a lot of those things in school. So now you're stripping that away from children now. Mm-hmm. And which is why we're in the generation we are now. This is why the problem we have in the generation now with kids, when screen time is just increased. They already don't want to talk to other kids.
They suffer from like basic social skills.
And now you're telling them just to be remote. It's like, come on, man. Like, how are these kids going to actually learn to be around people?
Yeah. I mean, humans were made to interact with others. I mean, I'm sure 90% of our viewers, damn near almost everybody's seen is it I Am Legend or I Am Robot?
Will Smith.
One. Yeah, with Will Smith. Where, at some point this guy started talking to mannequins.
Yeah.
He's the
We're social creatures.
We're social creatures. Right? And when you're younger, this is a vital point in your life where you need to interact with different type of people, and especially being in New York, where you have all different types of races, all different types of people from all over. You know what I mean? And that's the good thing about New York. Like we're a city filled with Russians, Caribbeans, white, Asians, Indians,
a lot of different people here.
All of that is very good, and stripping that away for these kids, is doing a disservice to them.
Yeah, it really is. We're social creatures. I mean, shoot, we procreate from social interaction. Like, I go holler at a girl. I need to know how to talk to a girl. Yeah. And then next, we take it to the next level, and then we bring somebody else into the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just, you're taking that away from kids now. So, like, you gonna tell men to just, I don't know, scroll on their phones for the rest of their life?
Nah, the kids now, they learn that shit from TikTok and all that other bullshit.
Like, it's like
that's where they get it from.
It's like, God damn, man, enough is enough. And then how long is this even gonna be? Like, how long is this gonna be?
Yeah, and there's no, they didn't say, oh, we're gonna do it for 1 month, right? We're just gonna have them remote work for 1 month. There's no time frame. There's no. And who knows? Okay, they might do another school and another school and another school. So who knows? Eric Adams, he's doing some shady shit.
He's doing some shady shit.
I also found out that he started this thing where they only allow the coach buses to come into Grand Central,
okay,
or Penn Station between a certain time. I think it's between I think the latest is 5 p.m. But the buses have to arrive within that time frame to drop the migrants off. And if they don't, they get fined. So
okay.
So from someone like if you're listening to the news and you listen to that, you're like, "Oh yeah, that's going to mitigate how many migrants come into the city." But here's the kicker. So what they do, instead of the bus coming to New York, the bus goes to New Jersey City. And then they have the migrants take the train. They take the train over the bridge. And then from there, they go into the Roosevelt Hotel and come in that way. So I'm like, in the end, he knows what he's doing. Like, he's just trying to suppress the media coverage because every time a bus comes and people, the migrants come in, everybody go up in arms. And now he's just letting them go through the trains. So you cross over by the train. That's an easy workaround. The bus doesn't have to drive into the city and create more traffic. As it is, man. But listen, look. All I gotta say is, if you live in New York and you're tired of the bullshit, vote this guy Eric Adams out.
I never voted for him in the first place.
Vote him out, man.
I never voted for him in the first place.
Your kids are gonna suffer. You're gonna suffer. Congestion pricing, your wallets is gonna suffer. Mm-hmm. Everything's just gonna suffer, man. Just get him out, man.
And like, think about it. Has New York even been better since he's been in office?
No.
It's been worse. Get the governor up out of here too.
Yeah, she gotta go too.
She gotta go, bro.
Man, she's wilding.
She's wilding. And you know the thing about New York, man, like, we look at titles, political titles, instead of like the actual impact this individual will have on our city. Like, we could say all this shit about Eric Adams and Governor Hochul.
Yeah.
New York City, they was like, oh, he and she is a Democrat, so we have to vote for them. Mm-hmm. That's just it. That's the problem. That's the problem. And I'm not swaying anybody to, be a Republican or conservative, nothing. I'm just saying, vote for people who will actually implement positive change,
right,
into the city.
Shit that makes sense. Like, forget Democrat, Republican, this, that, independent, Green Tea Party, all the other bullshit. Vote for people who's doing shit that makes sense. So if it's this year, it's a Democrat and they're pushing, policies that make sense for the middle class and low impoverished class, then vote for that person. If it's a Republican, same thing. Because think about it. It's always gonna change. It's like, you can't just stay on one side, is what I'm saying. Vote for stuff that makes sense.
I still don't know what the hell they about to do about the raising crime rates in the train station.
You heard about the derailments? There was like...
Yeah, I suffered from that.
Oh, yeah?
I suffered from 2 of them shits.
Yeah, it was 2. I was going to say there was 2.
It was 2. Yo. 2 of those fucking shits. The 3 train, was in there, Times Square. Because I was in Times Square trying to come back. The 3 train derailed. It fucking derailed, bro. And it took me like 3 hours to get back to back home. Oh, my
goodness.
3 hours to get back home. Pissed beyond pissed. Oh my God. Yeah. That was a terrible
And you know
day.
what's crazy? They want us to take the train. They're like, yeah, congestion pricing is gonna help improve the train system when we have freaking derailments happening. 2 derailments within a couple of weeks of each other. That's insane. Absolutely insane.
It took me so long to get home, man. And they didn't make the announcement right away. They were just like, the train might be late or some shit like that. Because we're all there. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. And they don't tell you the truth. They don't tell you the truth. Because you could have said, you know what, screw it. I'm going to just go take the bus. And then, figure out or whatever. But nah, they don't tell you anything. And they lie to you. And then you sit there wasting all your time. You just get off working 8 hours. You're tired. God. You're hungry. You want to get home. But then now it takes you 3 hours to get home.
So
that's crazy.
I had to take one train to another train. And then while I'm waiting for the 4 train at another stop, it said it's coming in 30 minutes.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm like, and you know what the thing, I'm looking at it, I'm like, nah, that can't be right. I'm really looking. I'm like, nah, that definitely can't be right. It really don't say 30 minutes. Because usually it will say like 8 minutes, 10 minutes. 10 minutes max most of the time. Mm-hmm. Shit said fucking 30 minutes. And that's because of the derailment. So now it's like, there's only so many trains that they can send. So now everybody else got to fucking just wait. So now.
Oh my gosh.
And bro, and here's another thing. Here was another impact of the derailment. So the 4 train is usually express through Manhattan. It had to go local. So
Stopping at
every stop
fucking
now,
stop.
boom, boom. I'm already pissed off. Already, y'all. I'm already pissed off. So now it's taking me even longer time to get home. So now I get off the train. The 3 train was working in Brooklyn, but not Manhattan. Get on the 3 train. Bro, it took me so long. I got off of work at 5. I ain't get back home till like 8, 9 o'clock.
Damn.
So yeah, that's what we suffer from. But they're pushing us to use the subway. Doesn't fucking work. Crime rates is all up in the subway. And during that time, people already cussing and all that. So I'm like, man, I don't know who here about to do what.
Exactly. Not only that, it's like they want you to pay for congestion pricing to fix an infrastructure that is not reliable. So I'm supposed to pay to drive through Manhattan, right? And it's supposed to persuade me or incentivize me to go and take the train when there's derailments happening. Okay? Derailments happening. What if the train derailed and flipped over? Like,
Yeah.
people could have got hurt.
Could have gotten hurt.
Luckily, nobody got hurt, but still, why pay for something that's not look, invest the money first and then tell us take the train. Mm-hmm. Don't tell us take the train when it's all broken and trains is coming off the rails. And expect us to be okay with that. 3 hours? Come on now.
That was insane, man.
Imagine if you work a night shift.
Holy shit.
Imagine if you work a night shift. I'm late because the train derailed. Your boss gonna be like, why you ain't taking Uber?
No, that's a great. I didn't even think about it from that. Yeah, if you work a night shift,
you're screwed.
You're screwed. You're screwed,
man. That's some bullshit.
And then New York should definitely do some type of reimbursement or something, bro. Like don't people have to miss out on their pay? Yeah, man. I've been on that side of the stick, man. When you get to work late because of public transportation, they don't give a fuck, man.
Yeah, they're just gonna say, hey, you should have came earlier.
No,
you should have left earlier. That's how it goes down. Oh, you should have planned in your schedule for delays. So if you think you can leave at 6, you should have left at 5:30. Give yourself extra time.
Yeah. So
that's New York.
That's New York, man.
We went on a rant about New York, but if you live here, you will understand where we are coming from.
Yeah, please pay attention to New York, y'all. Let us know in the comments if you think we crazy.
But it's like I have a love-hate relationship with the city. I love it, but then I hate this is the shit that makes me hate the city. Really? It's already expensive.
That's what I'm saying. It's man, it's so expensive. We're paying these high taxes, and it's supposed to go into fixing these problems with MTA. It's supposed to upkeep MTA or whatever, but it's dirty as shit down there.
You know what I didn't know? The freaking dollar van is $3. I did not know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I remember it was $2.
Yeah, they even raised prices on their ass. Well, yeah, I guess because of gas.
Yeah, I mean, because I know it normally followed the bus. So their thing was, we're gonna be cheaper than the bus, so you can take the dollar van. And for those of you who are not in New York, dollar vans these vans that drive on the main roads, the main avenues.
Yeah, an alternative to buses.
Right, alternative to buses. They drive on the main avenues and they
drive real crazy though. You're holding on for your life.
You pay them in cash and it's only $2. So $2 will get you. You stay on it to the end of the route, and it'll get you anywhere on the main road. So their whole objective was to be less than the bus and faster than the bus because they drive crazy. Mm-hmm. Right, and it's a nice hustle. You know what I'm saying? It's a nice little hustle. You know what I'm saying?
But it's just as much as MTA now.
But now it's $3. MTA is what I think the price is $2.90 something.
It's $2.97, basically $3.
$2.97, basically $3. I'm damn.
I'm seeing $2.90 on Google. It's $2.90.
$2.90 for
the dollar vans are more expensive than MTA. So I guess the pros for going a dollar van out get to your destination faster.
Yeah. Just hope you make it there.
But yeah, so I have a love-hate relationship with New York too. It's just like, I don't know, man. It's I know one day I'm gonna get up out of here. You know, today is not that day, but you know,
Yo, all I gotta say is don't come to New York.
yeah,
Don't
just
come.
don't move.
Don't
New York.
move to New York. You're gonna lose money. You're gonna be stressed. And actually, the migrants. I was watching this one guy. He went like undercover, kind of like trying to investigate the migrant stuff. And he interviewed some of them, and they were like, "Yo, there's no jobs here." They're like, the guy legit said, "Yo, there's no jobs here. I traveled this far, dealt with the cartels and people trying to rob us on the way to come to this country, and there's no jobs here." Man said he'd rather be back in Venezuela than here in New York. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That is crazy. That is really crazy.
But it's like, dude, don't come. Don't come.
I
Tell
was
your
gonna say-
friends, don't come here.
I was gonna say,
There's nothing you can get here.
I was gonna say like he's more than welcome to go back. Like,
Yeah, I mean he's more than welcome to go back. But the new move, from what I've been seeing is Atlanta. So now in New York, what they'll do is they'll come in here, they'll get processed, and then the migrant can tell them, "Yo, I want to go to Chicago. I want to go to Atlanta. I want to go to Denver," and the city will pay for their bus ticket or their airplane ticket to go to that city.
Jesus.
But what I'm seeing, a lot of them are going to Atlanta because they don't like the cold. Because obviously these people are coming from much warmer climates. They're not, and mind you, right now is winter for us in New York. So they'll come here and then they'll go down to Atlanta. You get a free bus ticket to Atlanta. So that's the move. Sorry, Atlanta, you guys are gonna get the brunt force of it. But hey,
Well, we said it's coming to a city near you though.
yeah, so it is coming to a city near you. So there you go. That's it right there.
But yeah, so I guess that's enough about New York City in the moment.
Yeah, we'll stop bitching about New York.
Yeah, but
Just understand that New York City sucks, and it is what it is.
Until we
can't
vote
change.
differently, there's not gonna be no change, man. So, yeah.
But on to some more controversial, pressing matters. One of the topics, the main event topic for today is, does color matter? And I know this is a blanket statement.
Yeah,
it's a blanket, but like really, really put yourself into the mindset. Like, does color really matter with people?
It's a good fucking question, man. And I'm gonna need some more Jack to answer this one. So, look, there's so many different levels to this question. Does color matter? In the grand scheme of things, I would like to say no. Color doesn't matter, or that's what I at least want to hope for. Like, hey, color shouldn't matter.
Yo, let me just tell you something. You're not a politician, okay? you could say what you want to say.
Yeah, but no, I'm being serious though. It's like, I want to say color, it shouldn't matter, because I feel like, one thing we have in relation to everyone is just we're all humans. You know what I mean? Like, people shouldn't see color, but if I'm talking from a workforce perspective, right, I'm going to just say it like this. I worked in a few different jobs in my career. All the higher-ups have seen. All the managers I've had. A lot of my coworkers I've had were just white. And which is fine. I'm not saying they don't deserve the spot they're in or deserve the opportunity, just like how I got the opportunity, though. I'm obviously African-American or black, whatever. and I got the same opportunity as them, but there was no representation of black people in that sector or in the organization. And that always had me wondering, and all that had me wondering was like, damn, man, like, it's just the stopgap for my career right here because everybody above me are just white. And you know, the thing about, I don't only want to say corporate America, just about any person in life. It's not about what you know, it's who you know. Whoever you know gets you in the door. And you can see like how all of those people, it was obvious from all the opportunities that I was blessed to have, all of those higher up people knew each other. So when you're just going to know somebody, you're going to choose somebody who looks like you, talks like you, and the same background as you. Mm-hmm. And the people who's making those decisions are not black people. So they're not going to choose a black people unless we're a token hire. You know I was a token hire at a few opportunities. Hey, it is what it is. I didn't give a fuck. Mm-hmm. I'm like, hey, I got the opportunity how I got it, and I'm going to make sure they know I was the best damn choice that they ever made. You know, I have a high work ethic. Mm-hmm. So does color matter in that perspective? Like, yeah, because I really do think representation matters. Like, you know, if I'm having a family, man, I want my child to see that people that look like us have powerful positions in the world. Hey, you can do this. You can do that. You know what I mean? Hey, you want to become the president? It's like, you can, but it's just like how I'm raising a black son or a black daughter and saying, hey, you can do that. But with every representation of this like position or this title, it's a white person. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was like, hey, color matters in that sense, because you just want to see your own people shine sometimes. Right. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to see my own people shine sometimes. And I think that's why I work hard, because like I have a family. I want my children to see me and so like, damn, I see what my dad is doing. I could do this and that because my dad achieves these goals.
Right.
If you're not seeing people that look like you achieve such heights, how can black people think they can reach certain potential if nobody that looks like us is at the top? You know what I mean? And I don't. Obama as a president, I ain't agree with anything he was in office, but it's like shit. At least somebody that looked like us was able to get that seat. Mm-hmm. Will it happen again? I honestly don't know. I don't know if we will ever have another black.
I doubt it.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But it's just like good for like people in my community just to see that. You know what I mean? So I think color matters from that point. Now, does color matters when it comes to, I don't know, like, based on who you associate yourself with? Mm-hmm. I would say no. I got friends of all races. I don't give a fuck what you are. If you're a cool person, no, I rock with you. That's just how I am. But I know a lot of people who think differently, like Dr. Umar Johnson.
Yeah, that guy is hilarious.
He doesn't want to associate with anybody. That guy's
hilarious.
Well, I don't want to say he doesn't want to associate, but I know he doesn't want to date outside of his race.
Yeah, he's on that.
He's on that type of level.
Yeah, he's on that type of timing. Like,
you know what I'm saying? But like, that's why I think, and for a conversation like that, color doesn't matter. Or what's another conversation we could have? But like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Like for me, I feel like color does matter in both positive and negative scenarios, right? So it's like if you are and it can apply to you of any race, as like picture this: a white guy walking into a he comes to a club in the hood. Mm-hmm. He's gonna feel awkward. He's gonna feel out of place.
Of course.
So it's like you tend to go into areas that your race is in.
Yeah.
Naturally, because that's how you feel comfortable.
That's where you feel comfortable.
Right? And subconsciously, you may not be thinking about color, but you are. Because when you're in an environment and you're around people that look like you feel more comfortable. You feel like you can excel. You feel like you can do things. In the workforce, 90% of the times your boss is white. No matter what industry you're in, Most of the time, they're white.
And I'm not saying listen, everything I said about the word, this was my personal experience. You may have a black boss at every goddamn stop you've been at.
Yeah, you could.
But shit, a lot of the companies I've worked at, CEO, not black.
Not black.
President, not black.
Nope.
VPs, not black.
No.
Direct manager, not. You know what I'm saying?
You guys get the point.
You know what I'm saying? And man, even my last role, I was in a group of 30. 2 black people.
Damn.
I was one of 2 black people in that group of 30. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. Color matters from that perspective because it's like, damn, man, I want to see some representation.
Yeah.
I want to see us. Now, I grinded my ass off to get there, but it's just like, damn, it had me wondering how many great black talent.
But you know, would that mean that there's not a lot of black people that's grinding as hard as you did to get to that area to see that there's no representation there?
That's also a great point.
Like that says a lot.
That's a great point too.
Because that can backfire on us and be like, we're not working as hard. We're not working as hard. We're not doing as much.
And that's a lot. Oh man, that's another topic there too. Like, why don't you think black people are not working as hard today?
Because they distracted with social media.
They're distracted with social media. I agree with that. But I'm also putting the welfare system too keeps us down.
Welfare system.
The welfare system keeps us down. And hold on, I just want to say this quick story really quick because this happened actually today.
Oh shit, go ahead.
I saw 2 grown women, bro. One woman was picking up her kids. She's a mother, single mom of 3. Very nice lady. Sweet lady, man. Like, she is. I wish nothing but the best for her. Like, I just hope, you know, in life you go through rough patches. She's going through a rough patch right now, and I just hope everything works out for her. She went to go pick up her kids from her sister's house. Her sister agrees to watch her kids for her while she's at work. Again, single mom of 3. Her sister does not work. Sister says, "Why the fuck are you working?" And she like exactly.
Hold on.
Exactly.
Why the fuck are you working?
Why? That's word for word too. Why the fuck are you working? She couldn't understand the question.
The world we live
She like, I'm a single mom of 3. Like, what you mean why I'm working? I gotta make some money. She said, you got 3 kids. You need to get on that welfare system. They were.
Oh my gosh, you dead ass?
I'm dead ass, bro.
Oh my god.
She said you would get a lot of money for those 3 kids because they're all under 18. They're young ones. You would get a lot of money from them. You need to get food stamp. You need to do all of this. She like, you would make more money being on welfare than you are, you know. She was like hosting tables, being a waiter and stuff. Mm-hmm. You would make more money being on welfare than actually working. When I heard that, I was like, Lord help us all. This is what welfare encourages, and I don't know what she's gonna do. I didn't get that deep in the convo, but it's like, I bet you, if I had to put money on it, she's giving it some thought. And it's like, you get on welfare now. Now you have people in our community not working. They could eat for free, shit for free, live for free. Mm-hmm. And not really for free because we're paying it. People who are actually working are paying for it.
We're paying for it.
Our
taxes go up for that.
We're taking care of, say if she does get on this welfare system, we'll be taking care of a family of 4. Her 3 kids will be taken care of. Food stamps.
So then it's like, what is the real incentive?
What's the real incentive?
To work hard.
What's the incentive?
You know, what's the real incentive to work hard?
In my opinion, I like to work hard because, you know, that welfare won't get you so far, bro. Like,
it's meant to keep you at a level. Like, you're supposed to stay there, don't exceed, and don't fall too below because then you'll be on the street. But
don't you want to go over that level?
There's no ambition.
Because
no ambition at all.
But think about it. That welfare will probably get you like what? Government housing. Like, don't you want to like own a house one day, be in a environment where you ain't got to worry about shootings and shit? Like, you're going to be in the hood if the government is paying. At least what I think. You're gonna be in the hood or in
You're gonna
some
be in the
type
projects.
of in a project, some crime infested area if the government is paying for your living. But like, if you're a mother or a father with kids, when you want better, when you want your kids to look up to you and be like, "Oh, my father is this, is that." They do career day at school still. What you gonna say your parents do?
She stay at home all day.
You know what I mean?
No. You know what are you gonna say? Oh, nah, my mom like she braids hair or something like that. Like,
Oh, yeah,
you know what I mean? Because they home
shit.
all day. They're just gonna, hey man, just come to my crib and I'll braid your hair, or I'll give you a haircut. I'll shape you up. You know what I mean? Like, it's not anything that's like you're exceeding yourself, like you're pushing yourself, because nowadays, unfortunately, our type of people, they get lazy, you know, and they get content. And that's how the system works against us to keep us where we are.
Just to be comfortable. It's just like, come on, man. It's like, that should not be consideration. There has to be, and man, it's just like, it's just a certain, it's just a great feeling to get something that you work hard for, bro. You know what I mean? Like, shit, even if it's like a damn sandwich, I don't know. Like, it's money that I earned. I busted my ass for it, and now I could just buy this sandwich. This shit's gonna taste a lot better. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, there should be some pride in that. And with these programs, it's keeping us back.
I think it really plays a mental game on you, because you don't know the true value of $1 if you're getting it for free. Like, think about all those rich kids, like their parents is wealthy, they're rich, and then they have kids, and the kids, you know, they get anything that they want. That kid does not know the value of $1 because his parents is getting him these things that he wants very easily. It's just ask, and they get it. Or you have a Christmas list.
Yeah.
And you know you'll be able to get everything you want, or 90% of what you wanted. What? Or maybe they'll say, "Oh yeah, you got to be you got to be good, or you know, do good in school, or whatever that means if you're rich." But you know what I mean? Like, that kid is growing up spoiled, not knowing the value of $1, versus a child whose parents aren't rich, and they can see that they're struggling. They can see those things, and you know, they'll probably cherish, you know, any little thing that they get more than a rich person or a rich child would.
Right. So, yeah, I don't want to sway away from the topic. We started talking about that because, like, saying, are people working harder? And I feel like that's one of the reasons why our people, you know, black people may not be working harder, because they just, a large percentage of them are on welfare. And these are the things that welfare do. Like, it just...
Yeah, and then you look at, you know, we go back to the same question. Does color matter? What is the predominant color or race on the welfare system?
Exactly.
And, you know, sometimes you got to dissect certain things a certain way, because whenever I vision or I envision the United States, right? And you look at the top cities in this country. You got Miami, New York, LA, Houston, Atlanta. With the exception of Florida, they're all Democratic states.
Yeah, with the exception of Florida.
With the exception of Florida, they're all Democratic states. And you can say that crime is high in those states. Poverty is high in those states.
It's the same problem.
The wage gap is ridiculous. So it's like, you know, and I'm not trying to make this a Republican versus Democratic type of situation, but it's
facts
like...
are facts.
If you look at it and you say, okay, you can blindly look at these states and say, okay, what is the majority population or race population in that city? You're going to say, oh, it's probably minorities. Any major city has mainly minorities. You look at LA, all the cities in Cali, all those impoverished neighborhoods feature minorities. And I'm saying minorities with a mixture of Black, Hispanic, and, you know, a couple Asians as well. But if you really think about it, it's like this color matters in that sense because we're always the ones that are in these cities living below the poverty line, sleeping on the street.
Yeah, we're the poster child for that.
You know, so it's like we gotta change some shit up. Like we gotta change some shit up, man.
But how, bro? How do we implement that change? When there's so many laws in place, programs in place to keep us down. Again, I know I said this previously. Liquor store, weed. Liquor store and weed shop on every goddamn corner. And it's like, I don't know how we're going to change. It's just going to take somebody to just realize what they're trying to do to us and be like, hey, I'm not going to fall into the trap. But that's one person. As a unit, collectively, how do we just say enough is enough?
So the thing is, the only way to overcome this is that one generation is going to have to struggle. They're going to have to say, okay, I'm not going into the welfare system. I'm not going to be on those government. You know, there's one generation has to go and say, I'm not going to be on the welfare system. I'm not going to do any of these government assist programs and tough it out.
I don't even want to say that's even a struggle. Because, like, okay, you could say, I don't want to be on any of these programs. Yeah, you may struggle for a bit or, you know, face hard times for a bit, but it's not like you can't work your way out of it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's the mentality that you got to have to say, okay, I'm struggling right now. It's hard right now, but a year from now, I'm going to be in a better place. And you have to keep that mindset throughout the whole year. Some people are not built like that. You know, and then they look at other people like, damn, like they got it easy. Why I can't get it easy? Oh, I'm just going to give up and just sign up and enroll in this program. I feel like Black people now are more lazier than they were back in the 60s.
Yeah.
Like we've become more lazy, and that's why we're where we are now. Because like there's so much shit that's going on in the world right now. Like I watch a lot of stuff and I read a lot of stuff too, and it's just like there's the Consumer Electronics Show that happens every year. It's called CES.
Yeah.
And these people come there. They give out new technology, new products for people to buy, or that they want to put on the market for people to buy. 90% of those companies are white.
Yeah. Representation matters.
All this tech, all this stuff, all this, that, and the third.
And it shows we're not building nothing.
And it shows that look. At the end of the day, all Black people are good for is consuming.
Consuming.
We just consume. We don't produce. We used to be leaders way back in inventing, you know, coming up with new ways, engineering, all of this stuff. We were the leaders of, but everything just fell apart. And don't sit here and say, oh, it's the system. You know, the system is what's bringing us down.
It's
the white man. It's the this. It's the that. I don't want to hear that bullshit.
I don't want to hear that, and I get really pissed off when I hear about that.
I don't want to hear that bullshit
because I hear grown men saying that. It's like, all right, this is my thing. Can the system play a role in it? Sure. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
What's it? No, I'm not saying it doesn't. But if you know this, right? It's like you're playing. You're a boxer. You're gonna fight a guy. Right? Mm-hmm. But he tells you his weakness.
What you gonna do about it?
If he's telling you, yo, I don't have a left hook, you know, like if you see it coming, it's gonna be weak. So, you know, if I punch, you could definitely counter my shit and knock me out. If he's telling you his weaknesses, his faults, you should be able to win the fight. But if we know the system is against us, why can't we work in a way that benefits us? We just sit down and cry. Oh yeah, the black man, the this, the that, the this, the that. You know the problem.
This is something I always say. I haven't said it on the podcast, but I said it to my wife. I was just like, some people are addicted to struggle. I really think struggle.
Yo, patent that fucking phrase. It's like they want to struggle.
And struggle, for some reason, is an addiction. And I don't know what it is, but some people just like going through shit on a constant basis and maybe find a solution for it short term and then going right back in it. Some people like being broke. I can't explain this to you. Some people like being broke. Some people like not
That's
working.
true.
Some people like being addicted to drugs, having their life fucked. I can't tell you what it is, but some people are just addicted to struggle. And unfortunately, it seems like the black community is addicted to struggle.
And I know we covered this in a previous episode, but it's this victim mentality. Like, no matter what, I feel like everything just goes right back to being a victim.
Yeah.
It's like, you think everything from the moment we were put on slave ships and brought to the United States, we've been a victim. Been a fucking victim of every fucking thing, and it's getting absurd. Like, don't forget your past, but don't make your past define you of who you are today.
And the thing about it, I think about the past all the time, but that motivates me to want to do better. Like,
exactly.
Think about what my people went through for me to have this opportunity today to like actually work and do something with myself and not be picking cotton in somebody's field. Like, I think about that all the time. It's like, damn, black people went through a lot. My ancestors went through a lot to make sure future generations don't gotta go through what they went through. So I'm gonna take this opportunity and just run with it, man. Like, just work hard. Let these people know that black people can achieve certain heights. Let them know that I can be a good guy. I don't have to be going in and out of prison. I don't have to be a stereotype. I'm going to do the best things of my ability. Not say I haven't made mistakes. We all made mistakes.
Right.
Definitely made my mistakes up in the past. But at the same time, I was able to overcome those mistakes, and anybody can. If you've done anything bad in your life, you can overcome those by just simply being fucking, having a work ethic and be like, hey, I just want to do better. So I just hate when I hear grown men saying, oh, I can't do nothing because the man and the system. Like I said, I'm not saying the system doesn't have some rules or stipulations against black people. I'm not saying that. But what are you going to do about it? You just going to sit here and complain? Like, you got to do something, man. You got to do something. And I think that really what separates weak men, or weak men from great men from strong men. Mm-hmm. Like, the strong guys that I look at on YouTube, or the guys who actually have something, they basically have the same mindset. Just work harder than the next person. Be obsessive with whatever you're trying to do. I don't think it's not really a hard formula to crack. Like, I really think being successful is easy. You just have to put in the work. It's not rocket science. Anybody can do it, but you just have to put in the work.
Yeah, nobody. And again, we get distracted with all of this nonsense outside and social media or bullshit that happens in the world that does not concern us, and we highlight that and circle it around our daily life when it's not important. Like, everybody should be able to be successful in some sort of way.
Yeah.
Like, because you look, success comes in different shapes and forms.
Correct.
All right. So even if you work in a job and you're busting your ass, and like, you should have a goal. Yo, I want to get this. I want to be at this point in the next 7 months or next year. And you stay locked into that mode and you keep going until you achieve it. You can't look at somebody else's success and be like, yo, how'd he get that? Yo, he's mad lucky he got that. This, that, and the third. Like, that has nothing to do with you. Everybody has a different path, different opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
We're not all walking in the same road, getting the same opportunities.
Correct.
It's all about that mentality, and I think that we're at a point where, again, we become consumers and we don't produce anything. We just consume and consume and consume and consume. And then we bitch about not getting anywhere because all we do is consuming.
Then when we have some black people try to start businesses, we complain. We complain, oh, don't support them. Like, I mean, like, it's like, I don't know. I try to make it a point to support a black business when I can. But, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, man, like, I really think we really need to do better as a community. We need to support each other. We just really need to do a lot better. And I guess some other races just look at us and like, hey, they don't work hard enough, so we're not going to extend the opportunity to them. And it's just keeping us down. So it's like, I don't know. But yeah, back to the original topic.
I mean, this topic takes us like different directions.
It takes you in a lot of directions.
You know, because it's a really general statement. Does color matter? And it does. It does. No matter, look, everybody. If I think if you say I don't see color, or no, anybody can do it. No, you gotta have the right person in at the right time.
Mm-hmm.
Look at President Obama. I feel like he ran at the right time. Because think about it. If Trump was president before Obama, do you think we'll have a black president?
No.
Okay.
No.
Case closed. Case closed.
Hell no.
If Trump was president before Obama, do you think we would have a black president? The answer is an indefinite no.
Yeah.
There's no way.
That wouldn't happen.
So color matters, but it's all about the timing. You gotta have the right time.
Yeah.
Like, eventually we're gonna get a female president, but it has to be at the right time.
You think so? I don't know if I see that happening, man.
I see us having a female president before we have like a Mexican president. Like, I could see that happening.
Bro, I don't know.
I can see us having a female president before we have an Asian or any other race president. We're definitely having a female first, and then maybe another race afterwards. There's no way.
Not that I'm against having a female president.
Bro, we have a female vice president.
Yeah, no, we do.
Bro, we're going to have a female president
to be at
before
the helm.
else.
I think. But the thing, we have a female vice president. She's doing terrible.
Yeah, I mean,
so
she's
it's like
terrible,
now
but
it's like, all right, we gave a woman this opportunity to hold this position of power, and looks what she's doing with it. She's fumbling like a. You don't hear shit about her. You don't hear
anything about her. I mean, but like, you're vice president. You don't do shit anyway.
But
it's
like,
just,
damn, make yourself known. Make yourself known.
Especially as being the first female, make yourself known.
Make it,
like, you made
show
history.
that you're here for the American people. Show that you're here to support us.
Yo,
Look,
show
something.
us the weave that you buy for your hair. Like, come on.
Something, and you want to say like how I'm down with black people, all this and that. Next thing you know, now you're just radio silent once you in office. So
I need some more Jack, by the way.
So like, I don't know. So like, I think people are gonna remember this time when Kamala was a VP, and then like, hey, do we want to trust another woman to be the actual president now, to go into the White House? So like, it's like, I don't know. And then for me, I know we had this debate before. I really think a female would have to run on the Democratic side. 'Cause like Hillary Clinton, she was almost became president.
I think the female would have to be a Republican at this point. At this point, like for real.
If she would, like, all right, the better female president would have to run for Republican. But do you think she would get that far?
There's one woman, Nikki Haley,
That's running right now.
that's running right now. I mean, like,
But do you think she would get
she's-
selected though? She's not gonna get selected. Well, timing also. Trump, she gonna get some big ass names, bro. Trump, shit, what's the guy from Florida? My memory today. From Florida,
DeSantis.
DeSantis.
You got Vivek.
Vivek, he's
Chris Christie just dropped out, and another black guy.
I like Vivek.
I don't even know why he even ran. This
I
other
don't know
black
why
guy.
he ran either.
That whole shit. I forget his name. That's how bad he was. He was pointless. I hated the way he spoke because it's like he went on a long rant instead of going and answering the point. But whatever, he's gone, and I'm glad. But you know, we don't have no good options for who's running right now. And again, it looks like I'm not voting because it's just a clown race at this point to me for presidency. But to go back to it, I feel like the next female that runs or the next female president that would be in
she's a
the
good
presidency would have
option,
to be a woman, but a Republican.
But you're right about the timing of the piece because I feel like if she ran any other time, she could have probably been chosen as a Republican candidate.
Imagine if she ran when Hillary and Trump was running.
Oh yeah,
She probably would have won. She would have run real close.
You're definitely right with the timing. And not to say that there are not women who hold positions of power and in different states, in politics and whatever. But president, no. We got some shit to. It could happen.
We're not having another black president though.
I don't know.
We're not having that because think about it. Remember, all the police brutality stuff didn't start until, well, again, yes, historically, yes, there's been police brutality in the past, but I mean, like
the rise in it
didn't start until Obama became president, because that's when the Trayvon Martin thing happened. I think from Trayvon Martin, that was like that that was like the freaking gasoline that lit up police brutality on black people. Well, injustice. Even though that case was George Zimmerman and Trayvon, and it didn't involve the police, but I think that case is what really highlighted inequality for black people with Obama being the president. Because prior to that, other than I think it was the Central Park 5 or something like that.
But I ain't gonna hold you. But that shit been going on a long time before Obama though.
Yeah, but it wasn't as big. Like the cases didn't get that big.
Or I know what you're saying.
Because look, after Obama, we had the Trayvon Martin. Mm-hmm. We had the Sandra Bland.
Right.
We had Breonna Taylor. We had a George Floyd. We had the I forget his name, the one that was selling cigarettes in New York City, and he got. But listen, all of those cases were national, not even national, worldwide.
But do you also think with the rise of social media and cell phone plays a part in that too? Like,
it does.
Cameras are everywhere.
But before Obama, we had Twitter, we had Facebook. So it was still there.
It was there. No, okay. I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean? But does social media have a role in it? Yes, because now it's like
you can snap anything.
Yeah, you could record anything, do anything. But I just feel like ever since Obama came in, all of these cases of black injustice. Let me correct myself from before. Black injustices has been highlighted more. That's the only thing that happened. And this is why I think we're not going to have another black president. Especially since we had Trump.
Yeah, I really don't see us having another black president. I just don't see it in our future. You know, it might have been a one-time thing, or shit, might have to be another lifetime till we see another black president.
Yo, I think we might see like a Mexican president before we see another black president.
Bro,
like
I
to
can't
be honest,
see that happening, man. Like,
dude, it's gonna okay. Let me say this. We'll have an Asian president before we have another black president.
bro, I don't know if I even see that happen either.
Bro, that's gonna happen, dog. It's gonna
Not saying it
happen.
won't. It's
Bro,
just, it's just
what Andrew Yang?
yeah, he almost
He
dropped out.
Like, but
He
still.
dropped out because he know he didn't have a shot.
But wait. The population in New York is predominantly what?
All right, but here it is.
Yo,
Right here.
Chinatown, bro. Chinatown, bro.
All right, maybe
we
'cause
got
I'm-
Chinatown in every borough, bro. Like,
You know what I think about it, people? I think I'm just battling with who I want my ideal president to be. I would love for my ideal president to be an American.
right?
You know what I'm saying? Because I want.
But they're Americans.
They are Americans. Hold on, not to be racist. Not to say they're not Americans.
Okay.
But I want.
That's a requirement to be president.
I'm just saying, like, I just want somebody who I know is just going to be not biased and who just like do something for all the people. That's just what I want. I think maybe because I'm suffering from like what our current administration is doing. It's just like I don't know who the fuck to trust no more. You know what I mean? Like I don't know, man. That's just. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I just don't know. I just don't see like anybody else becoming president unless they just look like who they just been looking like for the past couple of years. Like I don't know. Andrew Yang was almost there.
I mean, he could have been mayor too.
He could have been mayor. He dropped out for both of them shits, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, it's like I don't know.
I mean, look, I stay with what I said. We're not having another black president. It was a one and done type of deal. And ever since we had Trump, he's the one that set the bar on the racial divide. And we're not gonna have. I feel like if there'll be black, it'll be a female. There'll be a black female, maybe. But again, it's the timing. So the timing has to be right. And if anything, it'll be Michelle Obama that decides to run at the perfect time and win. Maybe she'll run at the height of like a feminist movement or something. Nah,
I'm not gonna hold you, Michelle.
Like, think about that.
If Michelle runs, she will have a real shot.
Yeah, but if she runs at like a feminist movement at like the peak,
Which is now. Shit, everyone want to be a feminist now.
Not yet. No, not yet. It's gotta be until like the trans and like the LGBT and the biological women, when they're battling it out.
It's happening right now.
It's happening now. It's happening now, but it's not at the peak. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not there yet.
I want to be there for that.
It's not there yet. You know what I mean? Like, when it gets to that point, it's at the peak, and Michelle runs, she's gonna fucking win. She's gonna win. All she's got to be like, I recognize everybody, la la la, and she's like gonna get all the votes, and she's gonna win. Like,
bro, I literally see that happening now. All right, look. You know JT, the rapper from City Girl? Mm-hmm. I listened to her new song. It was a freestyle, some new song she had, which is about herself. She had one line in the song referring to transgenders.
oh,
right?
That's
The
a
song
big
was
no.
dope.
You don't do that.
No. And she said she referred to transgender in a positive light.
Oh my gosh.
I went all throughout the comments. Thank you for noticing us. We get bullied a lot. I love that you talked about us in such a positive way. Bro, not even talking about the song. just talking about that one line. Hundreds of comments about that one line. So what I'm saying is they have a powerful community, bro.
Damn, if only the black community was that powerful.
It's like, God damn, she just said, go look it up. I can't remember the song name. Go on YouTube, whatever, but you're going to see a lot of people just saying, like, thank you for recognizing us, blah, blah, blah. It's like you forget she was rapping a song.
Shit. Damn.
But
that's crazy.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, they have a big impact on our society now. I'm telling you, if Michelle would have run now, she'd easily be chosen to represent the Democratic Party.
I don't think so. I mean,
you don't think so?
I know. Well, no. She would represent it, but she would lose. That's what I'm saying.
Versus whoever on the
versus Trump, she would lose against.
Oh
Trump.
no, yeah, she would lose versus Trump.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, she can't run now. You gotta run when you know you're gonna win. You can't be a Chris Christie and run every year and lose every year and only run just to hate on somebody else.
See, but the thing about this too, bro, I don't think that feminist movement is gonna get to the peak that you're talking about because I think
it's gonna get there. I
think people are getting tired of this shit now.
I'm telling you, it's gonna get there. Like these women, they're getting upset with the sports and the classification of what a woman is. And who can have this and who can have a period, who can't have a child and this, that,
biological
that.
women are getting upset.
Yeah, they're getting upset.
But that's what I'm saying though, bro. Like all like biological women, transgender, they're never gonna work in unison. Cause I think people are getting like kind of tired of this.
Yeah, they're not.
They're not gonna work in unison.
It's gonna when it the time that it's gonna get to its peak is when the Democratic states have a divide between the trans and biological women.
Oh, in the Democratic states.
In the Democratic states, in the Republican states, we already know what the deal is.
Yeah.
But again, in LA, in New York, in Atlanta, and Colorado.
But in the Democratic states, if there's gonna be a divide, right?
You have to be a Democrat, but have a divide within being a Democrat.
But do you think that's ever gonna happen? That's my thing though.
Yo, it's gonna happen, bro. It's gonna happen, bro.
All right, I ain't down you.
It's gonna happen. I feel like it's gonna happen because after a while, people are gonna be like tired of the bullshit. Like the people who have sense are gonna be tired of the bullshit.
But bro, look how much other problems that in Democratic states we ain't get tired of the bullshit yet.
Because like we focus as a society, we focus on bullshit rather than important topics. So, like for instance, all the wars that we're funding now, our president came out and publicly said we're going to defend Taiwan against China. Mm-hmm. Our president came out and said we're going to defend Israel against Palestine/Hamas. Our president came out and said we're going to defend Ukraine against Russia. Mm-hmm. Look how much, mind you, this is a Democratic Party, right. DNC, that's in charge of that has the House, right? That's the White House in charge. And we have Democrats that are saying, yo, we have poor people, inflation, all of this craziness happening in our own country. Why are you sending billions to other countries to fund their wars when we have so much problems at home?
Right.
So now we're going to have a divide within the Democratic Party to say, yo, we don't want a Democrat that's going to be focusing on everybody else. We want a Democrat that's going to focus on the people. So that's going to bring some separation.
Bro, I hear you.
We're not having another Democrat for the next, all right, I'm going to tell you right now.
I'm hoping.
And everybody on this show, everybody on YouTube, on Spotify, wherever the hell you're watching this, quote me on this right now. We are not having another Democratic president or Democrat in office for the next 2 terms.
Yeah, I was going to say 12 years.
2
I was gonna
terms.
say 12. I feel like
We having a Republican president this time around, and after this one, we're having another Republican. We're not having a Democrat for a while. That's 8 years.
I would go 12. I think what's happening now. I think people are starting to wake up a little bit. Unfortunately, I don't know about New York City, but I think throughout the country, people are starting to wake up and see like what Democrats are doing and what their agenda is. We're just going to like vote Republican. Mm-hmm. And if the country is doing well after those 2 terms, what would be the reason to go back? What would be the reason to go back if everything is going better after those 2 terms? Why will we go back to a Democratic president? So I really see it for the next 12 years.
And it could really possibly be, but I say 2 presidents, Republican, because if you think about it, before Trump was Obama,
Yeah,
for 8 years.
yeah, he was 2 terms.
And who was before Obama was
Bush.
He was Republican.
He was 2 terms.
2 terms. So we had 2 terms Democrat, 1 term Republican, and another term Democrat. That's it. We're getting Republicans for the next 2 more presidencies. Because I feel like people's concerns now, especially with like how the wars are going on, is focus on the USA. Focus on the USA. Focus on the USA.
Yeah, and it's also the Democrats these days are just focusing on some real total fucking nonsense. Again, not to bitch about New York City, but we have so many other problems. And we just focusing on what, man? Like
because
teaching transgender
gender
shit
studies in schools
in
and
schools
all that.
and
then you think about it, it's like now ever since Trump talked about building a wall, nobody was talking about building a wall before. And then now we have a Democratic president, and we have Democrats talking about the wall. Mm-hmm. We have people in New York City complaining about immigrants coming in and being more cognizant of our border protection. So it's like things are changing.
it's
People's
because
views are
now
changing.
you see how much of a negative impact it can have on our country. And again, like I come from a Caribbean background, not to say, hey, I don't want immigrants at all to come in our country, but it has to be some type of control. In other countries, you can't just walk in as you please. Mm-hmm. They can really deny you. We have just such open arms to any and everybody to the point where we're actually disappointing our citizens, not even helping our citizens. You know what I mean? So it's like we have to put some rules and stipulations in place when it comes to inviting people into the country.
For sure. No, I'm definitely with, people from other countries coming here, but we have to follow our system.
We gotta have some border control.
We gotta have a control because like everybody views America as the greatest country in the world. And if everybody came here, there's no way capitalism is going to be able to sustain that.
Think about it. Canada has free healthcare for all of its citizens. You think I could just walk into Canada right now and like, oh, I want to be a Canadian now because you got free healthcare? No. You can't. You can't. But in America, you could just walk the fuck in and stay in our schools. Kick children out of our schools.
Kick our children out of our own schools that we pay for to house other people. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. So
it's messed up.
We gotta change that. But shit, what time we on? So I kind of want to go back to the color thing. Like
I mean, it's been taking us all over the place. Yeah, that one question. That's how big that question is. Does color matter? But
does color matter? But let us know in the comment what y'all think about why color matters or why it doesn't matter. But I guess I would love to live in a time where it's just like it doesn't matter. Like I would love to say it doesn't matter.
I think it will always matter no matter what.
It will always matter. No, it will always matter. I would love to live in a time where it doesn't matter, but it always matters, man. It will always matter. And, actually, when I was in Florida, had a conversation with somebody at a bar. I was actually I wasn't staying at this high-end hotel, but was just there meeting somebody for drinks. And this white guy was like, hey, I'm racist, right? And he like, you're racist too. And like, well, I'm like, well, I'm not racist if I'm here talking to you. But I'm like, what do you mean by that? He said, we all have it on mind about a certain race or color of a person. Like, we all have like these preconceived notions about somebody, if they're black or white, whatever. He said, look, if I'm walking down the street and I see a couple black guys with dreads.
Man said the dreads.
He said, I'm sorry, I'm just going to cross the street because based on how they look, they're black and dreads, I'm just going to think they harm me. He kind of blames the media for that too, because he said that black people, like, when you see crime and people doing bad shit, for some reason, black people are just a poster child. These are his words. So I started to think like, damn, man, like, my people are the poster or just the face of crime, of doing just bad shit that he just think when he sees a black person, he just automatically has to cross the street. But obviously we were fine. I'm just still talking to him. Then he said, would you not do the same thing? I'm like, well, if I'm in the hood and I know it's a high crime rate, shit, I don't give a damn if a woman, whatever, a child, I'm just going to be on alert at all times. But if I'm just walking down a regular street and I see a black person, I'm going to just keep on walking. Like, I don't know. That's just my mindset. But I guess in the end, though, we all have preconceived notions about other races.
But a real question would be, let's say you're in Georgia, in a racist town, and you see some white guys walking down and they got like cowboy boots, Confederate flag T-shirts on. And it's like 5 of them, and you're walking down the block. Are you gonna cross the street?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So like, again, but you can't blame him for thinking that.
I can't blame him for thinking that
because
I mean,
shit, I would do the same.
I don't know. Okay, yeah, I probably would. It's an easy thing to say, yeah, but at the same time, I'm not afraid to actually start a conversation with those people.
No. I'm not saying that you're afraid or about a conversation. I'm saying,
like, would I be afraid of them
you in Georgia
physically harming me?
I lived in Georgia for a couple of years, and I faced some racist ass shit. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying, if you even upstate New York, upstate New York is Republican.
Yeah.
All right, and they're racist too, upstate too.
Not even gonna go that far Long Island.
Yeah, go to Long Island.
I faced a lot of racist shit in Long Island.
But like in Georgia, like, if you were to go to some, and I've seen it, Confederate flags flying, they put it on the trucks, everything, right? Let's say you in a neighborhood and you're walking down the block and there's 5 guys, white guys, wearing the Confederate flags. They dressed in their stereotypical look, and you're walking in that direction. Are you going to feel like, maybe I should cross the street just in case, to avoid anything? Not that you're afraid, but to avoid something from happening.
I'm not going to hold you. Now, I'm going to say a definite yes, because now I'm just remembering the times where I was just like driving through like the predominantly white neighborhoods in like Pennsylvania or upstate, and I might stop at a gas station and people just look at me like, black man here.
What is he doing here?
Like, I mean, and you would
this motherfucker gotta be lost.
So, and I remember, telling myself like, all right, I gotta get the fuck up out of here. Let me go to the bathroom, get my coffee. Let me just get up out of here, because I just get those looks.
Dude, you get the feeling.
You get the feeling.
I've been there. Like I've been to certain parts of PA, and I'm at the gas station. I'm like, yo, I went to Halifax. I think it's called Halifax. or something like that in PA. And I was there because one of my friends invited me. He was white. He invited me to a race, like some car race, but it was nothing but like, when I tell you it's redneck territory, like to the bone, like 100%. Like I found one black guy in that town. And I felt the tension.
You feel the tension.
Now imagine if I was by myself.
Yeah, you would be like, I gotta get the fuck up out of here.
Yeah, so...
But it's like, all right, yeah. So it's just like, all right, I don't blame the guy for thinking. I really don't. I was just thinking, like, the only thing I was kind of disappointed more in is just like, damn, man, like, he thinks of black people in a negative light instead of thinking like, oh, this person could be, you know, could be a good person. Like, he was talking to me because shit, he's at a luxury hotel and I just happened to be there meeting friends for drinks. So he kind of like, oh, this black man can't be on no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? If he's here in this setting. But I guess he's right in a way. We're all racist in some way because we all just going to think if we just see, I don't know, like if we just see a certain race and like you said, with the cowboy boots and Confederate flag, you're just going to automatically think the worst.
Which is not a problem.
It's not a problem.
You wanna live to see another day, right? Because look, anything can go sideways. You don't know.
Guess it's just your survival instincts kicking in.
What's the guy's? I forget his name. The one that was like jogging and he went to a house to look at it, and then like some guys on some trucks.
Yeah, and then they just shot him.
Yeah, so it's like
that happens. Yeah.
Imagine you doing something so innocent like jogging, and you just stop by, you do something like. You're walking down the block. You see a group of guys, and you say, "Fuck that! I'm not crossing the street." You know, I'm a proud black man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a Democrat, and I believe we should ban guns. But you're in a Republican state, and you're walking down the block, and these guys got the right to carry. And your ass is walking down, and they say some slick shit to you,
bro. You're in the wrong hood.
And then you say some slick shit back,
and that's it.
And then they feel like they ain't fair their life. The rest is history. But it's like, again, look, we all have some racist biases in us. It just
is what it is.
That's just what it is. Okay, and it's not a bad thing. It's just based on history, based on what the media shows us.
I was just about to say you blame the media.
You know, it's based on what the media shows us. It's based on religion, because religion separates people.
But at the same time, though, bro, like, I still want to kind of shy away from that because even when we went to Georgia, and I was talking to that guy in a club that I was told you about before. And, you know, we were just talking about my background and his background, and he was just like, man, the media wants us to not be friends so bad. He said,
how they make money?
He like, man, I don't care if you black or whatever, like, you're a good person, so I just, you know, I felt like we could be friends and talk and all that. But he said the media just wants to portray me as a racist because, you know, I simply have Republican views. And doesn't want me to be friends with them. I'm like, listen, man, we both cool, and we sort of chatting the whole night. So it's just like, at the same time, it's just like, just because I'm in a Republican state or area, I shouldn't automatically think that everybody out here is racist. When we was in fucking rural town, Georgia, and I had this guy coming up to me, just talking to me, and he was buying me drinks that night too. Oh, shit, I'm not saying he was head on me. But I'm just saying, like, he was just mad cool.
He was having that. Look, and it's okay to have differences. It's okay to not agree.
But we were still able to just come together and just talk.
And that's the problem nowadays. People don't want to, like, have a difference of opinion, disagree, but still be civil with each other. Because a lot of the stuff that I see, like even on you scroll in the comments on Instagram or you watch videos on YouTube of debates, people start ripping each other apart, and then it becomes a personal attack against that person. When everybody has a different view, a different opinion, and that's their right. And that's why on the show we don't give a fuck about your opinion because you have the right for it. How you feel is how you feel. How we feel is how we feel. But that don't mean I hate you.
Exactly.
That don't mean that if I see you dying or you're getting robbed, I'm not going to call the police to help you. But I think we live in such a sensitive world, and the media tries to put us up against each other.
Yeah.
For clicks and views. And it's not right.
Not right. I don't watch the news. That's why I don't watch the news. A whole bunch of propaganda, man. I try not to watch the news. It's, I really try not to watch CNN and Fox News because they just want to feed your head with a lot of bullshit, man. I just think we need to, stray away from that. Have your own views and opinions on people, man.
Have your own views.
Not everything they preach is gospel. Not every white person is racist.
And not every black person is a victim.
Yeah.
Not every white person is racist, and not every black person is a victim. All right. Let's start that for the new year. You know what I mean? Black people, the ones that are watching, you're not a victim.
Not a victim.
Okay, you're not a victim. Don't be a victim. Don't play the victim role. Because now you're gonna fall back into the does color matter? Because if now when I think of the word victim, I think of black people. Victim equals black.
And look, again, I want to stress, not saying shit is not a bit more difficult for black people. It is. There are certain barriers as a black person you're going to have to cross over or you're just going to have to cross over because you are black. Because, again, a lot of people who are in these positions of power are white. They have preconceived notions about us. So you're going to suffer a lot more rejection than your white counterparts. But that doesn't mean you don't still try and keep going and still hustling.
Be the change. We're at a point where black people need to be the change that they want. You can't just show up and expect it to be there for you. You are the one that are supposed to be making a change. Like, yes, we're underrepresented in certain industries, but in the ones that we're underrepresented are the industries where you need to be the change, so that if you're there, you get that position, you're a manager, director, the next guy that you hire can see you there. Mm-hmm. That's how the change starts. You can't just expect it to be there for you. You have to be there. If you don't see people that look like you in a particular industry, just know you are the foundation for that. You are the one that has to be the first. Because when others come, they get motivated to enter the industry. Like, correct. In general, we don't have a lot of black people in tech or engineering or like any of those type of things. You go in there, you see it's a lot of white people, it's a lot of Asian people.
I was about to say that. White people and Asians.
White people and Asian, or even Indians. Well, they're Asians, but even them. But it's like, if you want more representation, you have to be the representation. You can't go there expecting to see that. But
take it from me, you're not gonna see it. You're not gonna see it. You're definitely not gonna see it. But I don't know, man. I guess what I'm just trying to tell y'all, just keep going, man.
Don't give up.
Don't give up.
But with that,
man, we've talked for
we've been going for almost a while. I mean, but look, it's the new year. You know what I mean?
First episode of the new year.
First episode of the new year. We're coming back off vacation and family time spending, and basically the holidays. I hope everybody had a good New Year's, Christmas. I hope you spent time with your family. And I say Christmas if you believe in that, because I'm sure we probably got like some.
Yeah, that's why I just always say this holiday.
You know what I'm saying? The holidays. Let me be politically correct and say the holidays, because I know you know what I mean. But
yeah, because I was just like, I really asked him, at my job, hey, you had a good Christmas? They got offended by that. I'm like, bro, I ain't got time for that. Like, my bad.
You got to remember, we live in a sensitive society, so.
Yeah.
But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. This is straight up an R&D. In case you forgot, since the beginning of the show,
Please like, comment,
subscribe. Look, we want to get the viewership up. Share it. You know what I mean? We talking about some good topics.
Yeah, and look, also listen, y'all. If y'all want some shit for us to talk about, drop it in the comments. Like, hey, we want your views on this or opinion on this.
Yeah, and if we said something that offended you, tell us why it offended you, and then I'm gonna reply back and say, "Damn, cool story, bro." But I don't give a fuck, you know. But anyway, yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Definitely tune in for the next episode. And if you haven't watched the previous episodes, please go back and watch them because they are actually pretty damn good.
They are also really good.
We talk about shit that a lot of podcasters and other people that's on the interwebs don't even talk about. We just giving you the real raw and uncut opinions of what we feel. You know what I mean? Like, we're not being politically correct on anything. We just talking how we feel. We live it, we experience it, and we tell it just like it is. And it is what it is.
It is what it is. So we plan to drop weekly, drop a lot of content. We want to just keep going. I feel like we have a good momentum. We literally saw views double from our first video, which is, really good, which means you guys are tuning in. We have some people who are coming back looking at our videos, also some new people discovering us. So we're going to just keep dropping content, man.
Yeah, we're definitely going to get some guests on the show.
Yeah, we have something cooking. We have
some stuff cooking up, We want to keep you guys engaged. Definitely say something in the comments. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. I'm Rich.
I'm D.
Signing out.
I'm D signing out.
And see you guys in the next one.
Later, y'all.
Deuces.